Hey everybody, this is my testimony and this be your boy Scotty. This is my third video of my testimony, and I know I've been slacking off on doing my testimony videos, but now that I'm back into the groove of things and my sleeping habits are in check right now, I decided that I wanted to do one. Like I told you in one of the last videos that I did this week, after seeing Tammy open up on Basketball Wives Monday, I decided to go ahead and do my testimony video and talk about why I'm the way I am today. This is my life, my story, and I promise to tell the truth and nothing but the whole truth, so help me God. Anyway, as you know, I'm 23 years old, and if you've been watching me from the very beginning, you probably seen my very emotional and very intense video about school bullying. It was one of my first videos that I ever uploaded on YouTube, which I had originally uploaded on Facebook once before. And to make a long story be short, my testimony is that I was a victim of school. Well, I don't want to say victim. I'm a survivor of school bullying. I had been bullied in school from the age of 8 all the way up to age 15, meaning I had been bullied for most of my life. And it had gotten to a breaking point a couple of years down the line. In 2001, I declared that I had wanted to commit suicide, to the point where I called a crisis hotline to talk to people because of the fact that the bullying had become so intense, to the fact that I wanted to kill myself. I even tried to succeed in doing so. I think, was it 2003 or was it 2005? It was one of them. It wasn't 2005, actually 2003. I tried to proceed in doing so. You know, this is always going to be a very touchy topic for me, because that's something that I have dealt with for most of the time in my life, and people really don't understand the emotional scars that it leaves. Like, I have my own insecurities, and it's not because of the way I look. And it's not really about what people say, but it could be a contradiction when I say it doesn't matter what people say, because sometimes people could, like, I could be joking with my friends, and they'll say a joke and everyone is laughing, but I'm the only one that's not laughing, and I'll take it personally, and I'll end up going off because I feel like that I'm the joke. You know, if somebody make a joke about me and everyone's laughing but me and I don't find it funny, I take it personally and I lash out. And that's only because I was always the joke for so long. Like, you know, when I was bullied, people used to pick on me for no reason. It wasn't because I was ugly. I would think that I was a handsome young man as a young boy. It was because of the clothes that I had on, because of the simple fact, you know, I wore name brand clothes back then. Like, you know, I still wear name brand clothes now, but you know, back then the people that used to get bullied were people that wore name brand, you know, that didn't wear name brand clothes, who didn't look so well to the other kids, you know. But you know, my mother had always told me, it doesn't matter how you look, it doesn't matter how you dress, somebody's gonna pick something wrong with you and they're gonna take it and they're gonna run with it. They knew that I was friendly, they knew that I was nice, and they knew that I didn't bother anybody, and they took that as a weakness, and they started to bully me. It started out as verbal bullying, you know, the taunting, the name calling, the making jokes about me. And one time, like I said in the video, it became physical. It wasn't physical all the time, but that was the only time it became physical. In the 5th grade, when I was 10 years old, when I was just sitting in the gym minding my own business, and all of a sudden I was attacked from behind. So a guy grabbed my arm, both my arms rather, and I was really skinny then. You think I'm really skinny now, but I was very skinny at that point in time. And he grabbed both of my arms and he put them behind my back. And he held me down because he knew I couldn't get away. He called 3 of his friends over, and they all took turns hitting me in my arm. And it hurts so bad. Even now, it kind of makes me sick to my stomach to even talk about it. It was embarrassing. Everybody laughed at me. I was basically the laughing stock. And it hurt. You know, it hurt my feelings because, you know, I felt like I was this nice person, and You know, how could somebody want to pick on somebody like me? I don't bother anybody. I don't do anything to anybody. So why would anybody want to, fuck with me? Like, I'm just Scotty. I'm the nicest person in the world. And it used to hurt my feelings. I was a very sensitive kid. Like, most things don't bother me now, but I was very sensitive as a kid. I just didn't understand why people used to pick on me. I never could understand it. Like, I never did. I didn't bother anyone. I didn't do anything to anybody. I didn't think I had enemies, but clearly I did. And some of those same people that did that shit to me, that held me down, that was constantly picking on me, doing things to me, I see them on the street and they're bums now. And I know that it's wrong for me to say that that's what they get, that's what it serves them right, because it doesn't. But at the same time, I feel like that's what they deserve. If they were only being nice to me and being, not really that they were just being nice to me, if they would have just left me the fuck alone, or never would have taunted me the way that they did, they wouldn't be in a position that they're in. Because I believe in karma, and karma is a big fat bitch. She got a big pussy and a big ass, big tits, everything. Karma is a bitch, and she will fuck you right on up, fuck you to the core. You're not gonna fuck her, she gonna fuck you. And that's how I feel about it. And I just think that people need to watch what they do to people, because you don't never know what type of situation you might end up in. Like, sometimes I see so many people that used to bully me on the street, and now they look so bad that they even speak to me now. And some of them still dislike me. Like, I was driving one day. I was in my mom's car driving one day. It was one day this week, actually. I was driving, and I was at a stop sign. And then it was this side. I remember this dude. He was one of the dudes that he didn't necessarily pick on me. He picked on my cousin. But, cause me and my cousin Reggie, we basically like Tia and Tamira, we're basically like twins. We kind of look alike. We act the same way, and it is what it is. Like, we are very similar in so many ways, and we have been very close for the last 11 years. So anytime you see me, you see him, and that's just what it is. But he used to pick on Reggie, but it seems like nowadays when he see me, he mean mugs me. He really doesn't like me for some reason. I really don't know what the situation is. Like, I never had a problem with the guy, but he doesn't like me. But it is what it is. But anyway, it's a lot of them that I see now when I'm driving around town or whatever, and I see them, and sometimes it takes me back to that moment. Because I remember a lot of things. I remember a lot of things that these people have done to me. Like, and half of these people were guys that did all this stuff to me. And I remember the shit. And sometimes when I'm driving, I see them walking down the street. Sometimes it takes a lot out of me not to plow them in the street just to pay them back for what they did. Because even though the bullying aspect of it is over, the emotional part is still there. People don't understand that when you're bullied, you're scarred for life emotionally. Like, your guard is always going to be up. You're always going to have a wall up. You're not going to trust too many people. You're not going to be quick to confide in anyone. You're going to keep a lot of things to yourself. I mean, you're going to be quick to pop off on somebody, and that's just how it is, and that's how I am. As a result of being bullied so much, anytime somebody look at me wrong, I look at them wrong, or I be ready to pop off. Or if somebody say something slick to me, and they don't even have to be, malicious, I will pop off. Because I'm thinking that they being funny. I'm thinking they being smart with me. That's what I think. And it's like, now the person that you see now, this funny, opinionated person that y'all watch on these videos now, that was not the type of person that I was a few years ago. I'm 23, and I still remember events from when I was in elementary school, when I was being picked on. That's just how much I can remember it. The bullying never goes away in your head. It never does. And it took a long time for me to get over it. Even in college, when I first started college, I didn't even talk to too many people. I did not like walking in big crowds, because I knew 9 times out of 10 when I walked past, somebody was going to say something about me, and the whole crowd was going to laugh at me, and I was going to be the one being the joke. That's how I felt. So it takes a lot to get over it. It takes a lot to get over those emotional scars and those insecurities. I don't really give a fuck about what people say about me. That aspect is over, but I have to learn how to stop being so angry so quick. because I do have a lot of anger within me. I can't lie, I do have a lot of anger inside of me, and I've even been thinking about going to a therapist about it, because it wouldn't be right for me to just keep holding on to all of this stuff. And me being bullied in school is the reason why I am who I am today. I wouldn't be opinionated if I didn't. Sometimes I kind of not understand, but I kind of appreciate the fact that I was bullied, because it made me a better person. But some of those bullying aspects of my life has really scarred me emotionally. And it's caused me to do a lot of things that I wouldn't normally do. And sometimes I could be very evil, and I could say a lot of mean things to people, because you know, if I feel like if somebody's saying something to hurt me, I'm gonna say something to hurt them just as hard as they hurt me, so they can feel the same pain that I feel. And that's how it is. Like, I've lashed out at my mother, I lashed out at my sister, I've lashed out at so many people that really care about me, because I always think that they're trying to come after me, and I always feel like I have to protect myself at all times. If I feel like you coming for me, I'm coming for you before you come for me, and I'm gonna hurt you before you hurt me. That's not a good approach, but that's just how it is. So I feel like if you're being bullied, you should not allow that to happen. A lot of people tell you that you should go to a counselor or go to a teacher to tell them about it, and I did all of that. But and just being real, you might think I'm ignorant for saying it, but in all reality, the teacher, the principal, nor the counselor cannot stop people from saying what they want to say, and they cannot stop them from doing what they want to do, and that's just the reality. We can tell the secretaries, the counselors, the principals, the teachers' assistants, the janitors, anybody we want to about the bullying. But the reality of the matter is that if they don't want to stop bullying you, they're not going to stop doing it. So I'm not encouraging violence, but the best thing for you to do is to handle yourself and defend yourself. Now, if you do want to go to a principal or a counselor about it, you need to tell them that you've had enough, and if they come for you again, you coming for them. Let them know heads up what's gonna happen, because can't nobody take that much. You know, I was bullied from the point where I was in 3rd grade till I was in the 10th grade. There's only too much you can take. Like the first time I really defended myself from a bully was in the 7th grade. I was 13. I had just turned 13. This boy would not leave me alone. Like, he was always fucking with me for no reason. From the time he met me, he was fucking with me. He would never stop picking on me. He'd never say nothing to me. I mean, he'll always say something to me. I just walk in the classroom, wouldn't even say nothing. He'll say something about me, trying to make everybody laugh at me, making me the joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really didn't understand it. And one day, he just would not leave me alone. And I ended up kicking the bitch in his nose. And he was bleeding. And I was terrified after I did that, because after he got the blood off his nose, he came over there and attacked me, but he didn't hit me, but he grabbed me and they had to break us up. But that was one of the first times I showed some form of defense for myself. That was one of the first times, and I was 12 then. And then when I was 13, that's when I started, being verbal, like defending myself verbally. But it would still hurt, even though I was learning to defend myself. Sometimes the shit would still overpower me, but it really didn't stop till I was 16. Because I was done by that point. I let you know exactly how it was. I didn't give a fuck if you whooped my ass. And I still had that same type of mentality now. I don't give a fuck if you beat my ass. I'm not going to be nobody's punk. I'm not going to be punked out. And nobody's not going to make me look like a motherfucking joke. Nobody's not going to keep fucking with me. I'm 23. I'm a grown-ass man. It's time out for that bullshit. So if you think that this is still the late 90s and the early 2000s where y'all used to fuck with me, think again. It's not going to happen. That's how I see it. And that is my testimony right there. That's where my anger issues come from. Not only did I not have a father in my life, but in addition to that, the bullying made me angry and made me hard and made me tough and made me who I am today. So, do I think I need to see a therapist? Of course. Do I think that I need to let this anger go? Of course. Because when I do that, it'll be such a huge lifted weight off my shoulder. And this was my testimony, number 3. I hope y'all liked it. And just leave comments and do whatever it do. I'm out. Peace.